We drive a lot of new cars in this job, and one of the most intriguing new midsize sedans available today is the latest Mitsubishi Galant. Now, we did our preliminary testing of the '94 Galant last summer, but now we've had a chance to firm up our impressions. And they're even more positive today after thousands of added miles driving the '94 Galant as they were when we first got our hands on Mitsubishi's new entry into the highly competitive midsize sedan market. The fresh Galant styling certainly is mainstream, not straying far from the smooth pattern set by Mazda's 626 and continued on Honda's latest Accord. But the Galant shape is the most aerodynamic, producing a very low 0.29 coefficient of drag, which helps Galants achieve healthy EPA fuel economy rating. Our test GS with a 5-speed is pegged at 22 city and 29 highway. We managed to find 27 on our very mixed driving loop. The GS is powered by a dual overhead cam version of Mitsubishi's 2.4-liter 16-valve 4-cylinder that produces 160 horsepower and 160 pound-feet of torque. Since our initial Galant testing, we've been able to improve the GS 5-speed 0 to 60 time to a very quick 7.8 seconds, with a quarter-mile time of 16.1 seconds, ending at 87 miles per hour. SES and LS grade Galants get this single overhead cam version of the same 2.4-liter 16-valve engine. It delivers 141 horsepower and 148 pound-feet of torque. GS cars have disc standard on all 4 wheels, while other Galants get by with rear drums. All but the base S Galants can be equipped with optional anti-lock brakes. Mitsubishi didn't neglect the new Galant's interior either, where practically every dimension was increased. And there's an airbag for the driver, as well as for the front passenger. The firm cloth bucket seats provide excellent support and include front and rear tilt. A tilt wheel is also standard. We applaud the higher location for the heating and air conditioning system. We particularly like the simplicity of the ventilation control. Besides increased headroom, the rear seat now features a center armrest. And on all but the base car, the entire back seat folds down easily, which, combined with the 12.5 cubic feet of trunk space, makes the new Galant a very practical family hauler. Besides the Galant, Mitsubishi has made significant improvements to others of its '94 model lineup, including the hot 3000 GT Sport Coupe. Aggressive aero headlamps replace last year's retractable units on a lowered hood line. Body side styling also is rounder, with revised lower body air ducts. Inside are dual airbags, and on the VR4, a 6-speed transmission. Changes to the Montero are mostly on the inside. New features include a driver's airbag, a first for an imported sport utility, power windows and door locks, side mirrors, and cruise control, plus seating for 7 instead of 5, now all standard. An all-new dual overhead cam 215 horsepower 3.5-liter V6 comes on the top-of-the-line Montero SR. Mitsubishi Motor Sales of America likes to call itself an American car company with a Japanese name because of its UAW assembly plant in Normal, Illinois, where all Galants sold in the U.S. are now built. Regardless of definitions, it is clear the impressive Galant and other models are being increasingly refined for American taste, a fact that makes Mitsubishi's future here bright.
Motor Week 93, television's automotive magazine. Your host for Motor Week 93, John Davis.
Well, hello and welcome again to Motor Week 93. We're glad to have you with us. Mitsubishi is a company on the move. In recent years, the popularity of its Eclipse and 3000 GT models has propelled the company into the mainstream of the sporty car market. Now Mitsubishi is making a serious run at the tough family car market, and it's going to do so with a new edition of the Galant sedan. While the old car was a capable performer, its styling was a matter of taste. That, among other things, has changed. The look is certainly new, but is it more than just a pretty face? You bet it is. Under its new skin, the 1994 Mitsubishi Galant boasts many impressive features. A new four-wheel multi-link independent suspension supports the car, while two new engines motivate it. Base models offer a 2.4-liter single overhead cam 4, putting out 141 horsepower and 148 pound-feet of torque. Our top GS grade test car had a dual cam 160 horsepower unit. 0 to 60 by our measure was 8.5 seconds for the stick shift. A V6 is due in a year. Both current versions offer respectable levels of performance, delivering power smoothly and quietly. The engines come from Japan, but all Galants sold here will be built along with the Eclipse at Diamond Star Motors in Normal, Illinois. Domestic content is rated at 70%. Besides a 5-speed manual, transmission choices include a slick 4-speed automatic box, which features computerized fuzzy logic shift controls. This is supposed to prevent unnecessary shifting when climbing and descending hills. It sounds gimmicky, but works reasonably well. 94 Mitsubishi Galant will be available in 4 trim levels. All models are front drive. The all-wheel drive GSX and VR4 models offered in previous Galants are not planned for the new car. Inside, the 94 Galant is much roomier than the previous car, with increases in head, shoulder, and hip room. In fact, most interior dimensions measure greater than a Honda Accord. The interior layout, however, is distinctly Mitsubishi. Controls are much more accessible than before. Most noticeable is the improved stereo location, finally moved higher in the dash where it can be reached. The minimalist gauges are large and easy to see at a glance, but we still wish there were more of them. The front bucket seats are firmer now, offer excellent support and 5-way adjustment. Rear seat room is fine for a 6-footer, and the rear seat now includes a center armrest. A one-touch solid folding seat back aids in carrying bulky items. Which brings us to the trunk. While smaller than the Accord, it's up nearly 2 cubic feet from before to 12.5. Liftover is low and the floor is wide and flat. Standard airbags are provided for both driver and front passenger, and anti-lock brakes are available on all but the base S model. Other safety features include 5-mile-per-hour bumpers and tubular steel door beams that meet 1997 impact standards. Environmental concerns are addressed by non-CFC air conditioning and the intelligent marking of most plastic parts for recycling. Exterior styling is clean, but hardly groundbreaking. The tight, rounded rear, graceful arch of the roof, and low hood line are in the same vein as the Accord or Mazda 626, while the pinched grille and narrow headlights carry on the family look established by the Diamante. Gone is the clunky body cladding and top-heavy look of previous Galants. The new design is attractive, functional, with a class-leading drag coefficient of 0.29. EPA fuel economy estimates for the Galant range from 23 city and 30 highway for the S 5-speed manual to 20 city and 26 highway for the GS automatic. In our preliminary testing in the San Antonio area, we found road manners to be improved. While the old Galant was respectable in this area, the new car does a much better job of soaking up bumps. Handling greatly benefits from the new all-independent suspension. Understeer and body roll are modest. The steering insulates drivers from the road without isolating them from the experience. We rate ride and handling very refined overall. Now for the best news. Base price for the Galant S is only $13,600. The top-line GS model goes for $20,251. Mitsubishi may be after the Accord in size, but pricing is down closer to the Nissan Altima. The 94 Galant hits dealer showrooms July 1st. We think its combination of looks, features, and value will make for a lot of new Mitsubishi families. But with a new Accord due a couple of months later, it won't be an easy win. Still, the new Galant is one effort Mitsubishi will be proud of.